Hey Flock, Mike here from Epic Duck Studios. It's August 28th, and here's what quackened. So this video is a full week and a day late. I normally film these on Tuesday evenings, and that just didn't happen last week, and it didn't happen again yesterday. So I'm way behind the ball, at least on this vlog. Everything else is going pretty smoothly. Not a lot to show you lately, and the reason for that is just that I've been doing a whole bunch of assembly, which doesn't make for a lot of finished work. A lot of that's been Warcaster. My Eternus Continuum from Privateer Press's new game Warcaster all arrived last week, and I've been building and painting that pretty much since then. So I've got here are my test models. These are the first 3 Witch Hunters from the Eternus Continuum that I've painted up, as well as a Void Gate to go with them. And I'm pretty happy with the color scheme. It wasn't quite what I had in my head when I started. I thought it was going to actually be a little bit less white, but as I just started putting the colors in the right places, this is what came out, and I'm happy enough with it. It's going to be really striking and dynamic and should be really visible on the table. And ultimately, that's what I kind of strive for, right? Is that really good, vibrant, punchy table read. And that's what I love about comic style, but it doesn't have to exclusively belong to comic style. So anyway, there's the start of Eternus Continuum. Lots more to paint. Of course, the stupid thing I did was I painted the Witch Hunters first, which are not part of the starter set. So you want to just straight up like starter set versus starter set, you know, introductory battle. I'm no closer to that than I was a week ago. Oops. But that's not a requirement of the skirmish format of the game. It's not intended just to do starter box battles. It's just meant to be smaller, you know, introductory games. And so they're still going to get me towards that goal, and that's good enough. The only other 2 pieces I've worked on also aren't done. They're very, very close, but they're at that sort of that pseudo final stage. One, this is the cultist from the Pirates of Atlantis Kickstarter, and that actually resolved a week ago, I think now. They finished the Kickstarter up. But again, I just haven't done this video vlog since then. So this was a piece I really just, when the artist showed it to me, I really liked this. It's like, there's a little bit of human in here just in the face. The rest of it is just like subsumed by, you know, squid and crab bits, and just a really characterful, like, he's talked to one too many elder gods and they've done things to him. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun working on this. I did a lot of dry brushing and stippling and things I don't do day to day. And it was just really kind of fun playing with like the larger volumes of this piece, because it's got a lot of really big surfaces to play with. And I also printed this much smaller than it's intended to be. I printed this at, I think, 60% scale. And it's actually supposed to be like probably about that tall. It's not even showing up on camera, but like 86, 90 millimeters, something like that. So it could be a pretty big, beefy guy, but I wanted him kind of in line with my anything I'm kind of using for like Frostgrave or D&D, stuff like that. So I kind of scaled him down to kind of keep him at least in that same proportion range. And the other piece I'm working on, I'm actually really happy with this one, but again, not quite done. This is a piece from the game Judgment, so it's a 54 millimeter piece. This is Nephany, and she is a elf bounty hunter of sorts, and went with a bit of a stormtrooper kind of inspired look. Got some nice purple shading happening, a little bit of OSL going on, and I'm really liking where it's going. I've got a little bit of work to do. She obviously has this lightsaber up here that needs to be colored, and the other one actually broke off, and I decided I'm going to leave it off until everything's done and paint it last. So there's actually, she's dual wielding lightsabers. Very cool. And a little bit of work left doing her face. Her hair is just flat base coats right now. And of course those and the backpack are kind of just not touched. Now the thing I didn't love about this miniature is you build her, and the only thing that actually attaches her to the base is this little like 1mm peg that comes off the rocket exhaust and goes into her backpack. So what I ended up doing was, you can't see it now, but her leg almost touched the rocket sort of plume here. So what I actually did is down here on her calf, there's a metal pin going all the way through and into her leg. You can just see a tiny, tiny little divot right there where you can just, where the drill just poked through a little bit. So there's a metal pin basically all the way through the plume and most of the way through her leg. It stops just shy of poking out the other side. And then what I did is I just filed it down really smooth on this side so you can't tell it's there. And so instead of just having this one little point of contact, we've now got 2, and I felt a lot better about that, because I was really worried she's going to just you know, die in shipping. But that's the update. That's what Quackened. Not a lot going on as far as finished projects. A big pile of started projects. You know, video releases have been going strong. I've been keeping up with that 2 a week schedule. Next week I'm going to be away on vacation, so things might falter a little bit for a week or two till I catch back up when I get back. But I'm really hoping that's not going to be the case. I've got a few in the pipeline that are partially edited, and fingers crossed they'll all be done and up so that they can roll right out as soon as I get back from vacation. But videos for while I'm gone are already queued up, so I'm pretty happy with that. The other exciting thing, and I don't think I'm going to have it done for September 1st like I wanted to, is the Vision Masterclass for my patrons. So I was working on a full form, like classroom level experience painting Vision from Marvel Crisis Protocol, including I went into a lot of how I researched the character and how I wanted to paint it. And that part's done and edited. It's just the actual painting isn't quite finished yet. But I'm really hoping to hopefully get that done Friday afternoon, fingers crossed. And if I don't, then it's just going to wait until I get back. But it's going to be a real in-depth look at how I browse different comic sources for the inspiration, decide what bits and pieces I kind of want to pull together, and then how I choose to apply that to a miniature. So it's going to be a lot more in-depth than any other comic style video I've done to date, and that's why it's going to be a patron exclusive. There is going to be a public version of it, but it's going to be a little bit pared down and edited down. It's not going to have the same kind of depth. So this is going to be the first time I'm doing patron exclusive content. Up until now, I've always sort of held to patron just being a tip jar, and I'm trying to treat it more like a legitimate part of my business instead. So you're going to see a little bit of a change in that direction. It's not going to be hugely impactful. I'm still going to have public videos coming out on the regular. I'm not changing that whatsoever. But I want to just make that one little thing every month just a little bit over and above for my patrons. And this is going to be the first one. So again, there's not going to be a What's Quackened next week. And the week after that's going to be really slim, because it's going to basically cover a Friday and a Tuesday. So I don't know. It might be 3 weeks before I do this video again. We'll see. Maybe something really awesome will happen while I'm on vacation. I'll just come on and talk about that anyway. I don't really know. I'm going to be taking my laptop and a sketch pad with me, so maybe I'll just have a whole lot of new art to show you. I don't really know what's going to happen. Until next time, everybody, take care and do something epic.
Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed that one, please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you get notifications when I post new videos in the future. If you want to take your support even further, you can do that at patreon.com/epicduck. Every little bit helps keep the lights on and the paint flowing, puts new models on the table so I can make interesting videos, and most importantly, puts a roof over my family's head and food on the table. You can also join me for live painting shows several times a week at twitch.tv/epicduckstudios. I'd love if you came by and watched the show sometime and followed the channel. I want to give a big thank you to everyone who's supported my content over the years, both past and present. It's been an absolutely wild ride, and I couldn't do this without all the wonderful fans and flockers out there. The hobby community is just an amazing group of people, and you really make this worth doing. So let's just keep on doing this together, making more content, and just being fantastic together for years to come. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, do something epic.